what has WAUSM done for students in regards to the wellness area?
We're in the business of healthcare, right? And the only way to be healthy and promote that is to actually be well yourself. So we value that. We have instilled that in students from the very beginning. We encourage wellness. And specifically to answer your question, we do touch base with students. We find out how they're doing. Kelsey is our person who's in the clerkship, in clerkship student affairs. She is in constant contact with our students to make sure they're okay. But one of my favorite things that we do, and this is something Danielle McDonald has sort of spearheaded, and that is every term, at least in the clinical year, they do this on campus, but in the clinical years, because that was your question, one thing they do is they have an event every term. So recently there was a baseball game. I think you guys all went to a baseball game. And I know there's something scheduled coming up. I don't know if that's been announced yet, so I'm not going to announce it. Oh, okay. I'm not saying a word. I don't see her, but she's probably like, don't say anything. So something else is coming up soon. So those kinds of fun things are, when Matthew was talking about his life, I was like, Matthew, your life is fantastic. But I think it's actually kind of atypical for a medical student. Medical students don't usually run a couple of businesses or have the ability to have that kind of free time. So we as a school force it. We want students to take a break at least once a term, because most folks don't have the time or the discipline or whatever you've got, Matthew. You've got some sort of magic for that to happen. I think it might change once you hit surgery, though, as Jonathan believes. So that's one of the things we do is we check in on students. I think everyone by name, like Belinda, you can walk into Belinda's office for help, Kelsey. Danielle, who does our career planning, gives career planning workshops at least every semester or every trimester. And she's probably talked to you two already about plans and where you want to go. So that's just a constant communication. And one of the things that I think both Jonathan and Matthew said earlier, which is true, is we truly care about our students. You don't come to this school and just become one of a number of students. So I had said earlier, I didn't share a lot of this earlier, but I've been at really large medical schools. So I was at the largest U.S. medical school, and I was at the largest at the time international medical school. And when you're in that space, so I remember at commencement every year, all these students would walk across the stage. And I would know some of them, on the bell-shaped curve, I know the students who got in trouble, right? And I know the students who were stars. But the students in the middle, I didn't know as well. I mean, I know they made it through, but I didn't know them as well. At this school, I don't think it's possible to graduate from our school without us knowing you very well. I don't think it's possible at all. And I like that. Because we are making physicians to go out and care for us. We're all getting older, as was clearly indicated earlier. So we're training people to care for us, the people we love. We want to make sure these folks are actually well trained and ready to go out and take care of people the way we would want them to be cared for, right? The only way to do that is to know them well. So I think wellness is baked into who we are. We care about one another. We share stories with one another. If a student were struggling, I think there are probably 30 people they could reach out to like that and get some help. So when you're asking what specifically we do, it's kind of just who we are. It's pervasive in everything we do.